God,
An
man.
example of this would be Rice Shower's mid-fracture causing his...
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh my God. Nah, 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 nah. Alright, boys, we are finally back again with another UMA MUSUME lore. This one is made by Firex, the GOAT. And this one is called The Dominating Legacy of Silent Suzuka. And yeah, without further ado, let's get right into it.
A common theme in UMA MUSUME is inspiration of past generations. In
Hmm.
previous videos, we've covered the inspiration of Tokai Teo by Simbali Rudolph, a
Yeah,
nod to
boy.
real-life events and a source of motivation for Teo to try her absolute best.
Dude, this race is still stuck in my head, man. And like the things that led her to this point, bro, the way they showed turbo or twin turbo, should I say, fucking taking that W, oh my god, dude, that was insane.
In doing so, Teo would inspire the main characters of Season 3, Kita-san Black and Satono Diamond. Though their stories will be saved for future videos to come, today
Ooh,
I wanted
okay.
to focus on a Season 1 fan favorite from the anime, one who inspired specially
Yeah,
and
dude,
became my
let's
closest
go.
friend. Once more, just like all Umas, this story is based on real-life events.
Hmm.
This is a story of Silent Suzuka, the runaway from another dimension who dominated the race course. Silent Suzuka was born on May 1st,
Oh
1990.
my god, dude. Like the real life counterpart of Silent Suzuka is just so freaking beautiful, man. Like, look at the way she just kind of like shines, man. Oh my gosh.
In the town of Biratori, Hokkaido. Just like our previous video with Tokai Teo, Silent Suzuka was a stallion with a legacy continued on from his sire. Suzuka's sire was Sunday Silence, an American
Here we go
racehorse who
again,
retired
boys.
with a total of 10 races, with the lowest placement being second out of all of them.
Yo, Silence,
Interestingly,
Sunday
despite
Silence
being a
at that
horse
time
from the
was just
United
pumping
States,
them out.
Sunday Silence would find himself venturing to Japan. Several factors played a role in Sunday Silence's transfer to Japanese soil. At the time, Sunday Silence was named Horse of the Year in 1989 after winning the
Ooh.
Kentucky Derby. Due to the dominating record of Sunday's career, it caught the attention of Zenga Yoshida, a prominent Japanese breeder who had already invested in Sunday Silence. Arthur Hancock III, the owner of the farm Sunday Silence was born on, was struggling with financial difficulties at the time. Due to this, and lack of
Interesting.
interest from American breeders, Yoshida would claim ownership of Sunday Silence, taking him back to Japan. This wasn't to race Sunday, but instead to make him a breeding stud for future race horses. Low interest was also present in America due to an injury Sunday sustained following his retirement.
Oof, for real?
Ironically, the same decorated horse who has met with skepticism from American breeders would lead to be one of the most successful sires for the future of Japanese horse racing.
I mean,
Silent
bro got
Suzuka would
all the
debut on February
fucking
1st,
crazy ass
1997
genes,
in
bro.
Kyoto. Suzuka would take first place in this race, catching the eye of spectators with his debut. This wasn't a normal victory that people would see from a maiden race, but instead a complete blowout. Silent Suzuka would win this 1600-meter race by
I forgot if I talked about it in the Maruzensky video. But dude, imagine Maruzensky versus Silent Suzuka. Dude, like look at this. Like this as their first race. They both were putting on a show, dude.
7 whole lengths, a dominating performance of speed on a turf-based racecourse.
Hmm.
Even from an early age, Suzuka showed promise on turf-based tracks. This race would make Silent Suzuka a fan favorite. However,
Oof.
unlike his maiden debut, the remainder of the year wouldn't be so impactful. Over the following races that Suzuka would participate in, ranging from March 2nd, 1997 to December 14th, 1997, we'd see Suzuka experience highs and lows of his racing career. Suzuka would only win 2 of the 8 following races,
Damn,
with the
for
lowest
real?
placement being 15 at the Mile Championships in Kyoto. This,
Wow.
surprisingly enough, is all too common for Japanese racehorses. As I've stated in previous videos, the odds of a horse winning a race at all is already slim to begin with. Most horses
Makes
don't
sense.
even reach 10 total races in their career, let alone persevere past that point. Suzuka's 1997 race history has a multitude of factors that led to losing the race. In the Yayoi show, Suzuka's second race, held on March 2nd, 1997, Suzuka would go under the gate before the race started,
Ooh,
shaking
no,
the
no, no.
jockey and resulting
Ooh,
in
what
a
the
low placement.
fuck? Bro, no. Oh my gosh, yo, the way her legs are just bending like that, what the fuck, bro? And I know, like, at this point, it's not really, like, fucking broken, but, like, there's a good chance of it being injured, so it's just, ugh, what
After a
the fuck?
sequence of 2 wins following the Yayoi show, Suzuka's new aim would be the Tokyo Yushun, or the Japanese Derby. Unfortunately, Suzuka would once more fall short of victory,
Jeez,
placing
bro.
9th overall. At Suzuka's following race, the Kobe Shimbunhai, he showed promise, hanging towards the front until the home stretch. This
Mm,
seeming victory would be thwarted by Matikane Fukukitaru, who would overtake Suzuka in the final spurt.
interesting.
In the 2 races that followed, Suzuka would change jockeys from Hiroyuki Uemura, who'd been with Suzuka since his debut, to Hiroshi Kawachi. Hiroyuki would express his grievance with Suzuka failing to cooperate with his instructions.
Really?
Over the course of multiple races, Suzuka would not respond well to his jockey's commands. This change will result in 2 more low placements for Suzuka. Just like with Hiroyuki, Kawachi also faced similar issues when trying to work with Suzuka as well. Silent Suzuka would prove to be difficult to work with for yet another jockey, resulting in another set of low placements in future races.
Oh,
These
damn.
being the Autumn Tenno Show and the Mile Championships held in 1997. In addition to the jockey's difficulty to cooperate with Suzuka, his racing style was also not yet refined as well. Silent Suzuka had an
I mean,
odd
like,
racing
the way Silent Suzuka runs is basically sort of, it's kind of like Daiwa Scarlet in a way that they both just kind of like run straight without having to think about what, basically worry about what's happening behind them. So in that case, there's like less going on in their headspace. But
style where he'd advance to the front of the pack,
wow, man.
only to lose steam and fall behind as the race continued. Following the string of defeats, Kawachi would be replaced by Yutaka Take, the jockey
The fucking GOAT, man. The freaking MC, the Michael Jordan of horse racing.
who, for all but one future race, would be by Suzuka's side as his racing career continued into 1998. This
I
would be
wonder
the
how
point where
this goes
Suzuka
on.
will go from an average racehorse to one of the greatest horses to ever emerge from Japan. In the anime, Silent Suzuka changes teams from Team Riel to Team Spica, a nod to the exchange of jockeys Suzuka would experience in his
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but instantly I thought she got fucking kidnapped. Oh, dude, that's funny.
real career. In the anime, it is
Because like
stated that
most of
Suzuka
the
disobeyed
other
orders by
Umas in
ignoring her
Team
instructions
Speak
to
Up,
conserve
basically all of
energy,
them got kidnapped,
causing
bro.
a rift between the trainer and Uma. Another parallel between the anime and real-life events are the circumstances leading up to Suzuka's transfer. The jockey's previous to Take, reflected in Team Riel,
Damn.
would not understand how to fully harmonize with silence.
Pause. Oh my god, dude, I don't know why, but I did not catch that when I was watching. What the fuck?
Are the circumstances
Also, sorry for
leading
my
up to Suzuka's
for my
transfer.
language.
The jockey's
But dude,
previous to
check out Marozensky when she comes in. Check out Marozensky, bro.
Take, reflected in Team Riel, would not understand how to fully harmonize with Silent Suzuka,
Bro.
leaving untapped potential yet to be seen. Suzuka's transfer to Yutaka Take, reflected in her transfer to Team Spica, would showcase the true
Oh.
potential that Silent Suzuka had, and
Okay.
the perseverance to bring out the absolute best of his racing capabilities. Season 1 of UMA MUSUME highlights Suzuka's dominating maiden debut and
Yep.
the final 2 races of his career, these being the Mainichi Okan and the Autumn Tenno show in 1998. In addition to these 2 highlighted races, 1998 would prove to be a dominating year for Silent Suzuka.
Oh my
In the
gosh,
5
yo, bro
previous
was
races
just
Suzuka
moving.
participated in, he'd placed first in every single one. Not only this, but in addition to these dominating victories, 2 would be record-setting times. Suzuka's win streak in 1998 would also lead to a surge of interest in Japanese horse racing overall. The period in which Suzuka raced would be dubbed as the golden age for race horses, with Suzuka being a major driving factor in revitalizing the popularity of the sport.
I mean, there's also the fact that fucking Yutaka Take was, well, basically the jockey, but
Suzuka wasn't only winning races, but doing so by a wide margin against his competitors. This would earn Suzuka the title of being the runaway from another dimension, and on May 30th, 1998, that title would prove fitting for Silent Suzuka. At this point, Suzuka remained as an undefeated racehorse for 3 consecutive races in a row, these
Oof.
being the Valentine
And like,
Stakes,
brother, look at this length. Oh my gosh, man.
Nakayama Kinen, and the Kokura Daishin, where Suzuka would set a record time. Popularity for Suzuka had already skyrocketed,
Oh, I bet.
resulting in
I
high
bet.
favor for Suzuka to win the upcoming G2 race. Despite Suzuka's popularity, the pool of horses he'd compete against were a very strong roster in their own regard.
We got El Condor
Suzuka will be
Pasa
put against multiple
and Grass
racehorses
Wonder.
with winning
Nice
streaks of
nature
their
too.
own,
Ooh, actually,
most
I gotta do
notably
a lore
Taiki
video on her too.
Eldorado and Midnight Bet. For context, the Kinko show, the race Suzuka would participate in, had a record time of 2 minutes 1.4 seconds. This meant that in order to ensure victory, Suzuka would need to at least cross the finish line by the 2-minute mark. No one would expect just how much lower Suzuka would set this time. Suzuka's running style is a gamble in itself, a risky method that has a horse.
I wouldn't call it risky. It's more of a matter of like keeping your pace and like having the power to keep that pace like all the way through the finish.
Sprint at full speed right out of the gate. Utilization of this technique, dubbed as the runaway method, where
Is that Amazon?
utilization of
This
this
one?
technique, dubbed
Yeah,
as the
okay.
runaway method, were used by horses who either dislike physical fights
Yep.
or had a strong desire to run ahead of the pack. For Silent Suzuka, his reason would be the latter. Despite the risky method, Suzuka remained at the front of the pack by a large margin. This race will result in Suzuka's final time being 1 minute and 57 seconds, with Midnight Bet, the second place.
Yo, bro set a record. Basically a 4-second lead record. Dude, that is so fucking crazy.
Recipient, clocking in a time of 1 minute and 59 seconds.
Or
Silent
not.
Suzuka has set a dominating record time.
Hold up, what? I thought it was a minute 57.
Race will result in Suzuka's final time being 1 minute and 57 seconds, with Midnight Bet, the second place recipient, clocking in a time of 1 minute and 59 seconds. Silent
Damn,
Suzuka
bro.
has set a dominating record time, beating Bet by distance, with the official documentation stating by 11 horse lengths.
Wow,
This victory
dude.
would solidify Suzuka's 4th consecutive win in 1998. On July 12th of the same year, Suzuka would compete in the Takarazuka Kinen, a G1 race that would truly test Suzuka's fighting spirit.
Ooh.
Up until this point in his career, Suzuka had yet to claim a victory in a G1 competition, with the previous 4 victories being either G2 or G3 races. This race would also prove difficult due to Take being unable to jockey Suzuka.
Wait, why?
Originally, due to the distance of the Takarazuka Kinen, Silent Suzuka's handler would opt to not race him and instead plan to set the goal of winning the Autumn Tenno show later on in the year. Due to this, Take would instead jockey Air Groove for the Takarazuka Kinen.
Okay.
This was the plan, until by sudden request of Suzuka's owner, he was suddenly registered for the G1 race. Due to the short time between
Interesting.
registration and the race day, Suzuka was paired with Katsume Minai. Worry quickly circulated due to Suzuka's history of previous handlers and if he'd be able to squeeze a victory with Katsumi as his jockey. Luckily for Suzuka, Katsumi was a well-seasoned jockey who had worked with multiple famous racehorses, most notably Tamamo Cross and Oguri Cap. Even with a new jockey, Suzuka would manage to claim a victory for his 5th consecutive race in a row. Katsumi had later recounted that it was as if the horse ran on his own.
moving.
The harmonization between
dude.
jockey and racehorse was clearly present, and Katsumi highly rated Suzuka's overall capabilities on the racetrack. By this point, Suzuka was able to control his pace much more effectively, reducing the
Ooh,
probability of running out of stamina mid-race. Suzuka would instead sprint at high speed right out of the gate, slow down and regain stamina midway through, and spurt on the final straight. With this being the final G1 victory for Katsumi Minai, he retired shortly after the Takarazuka Kinen, aiding Suzuka to maintain his chain of first place finishes. Following the Takarazuka Kinen, Suzuka would participate in the Mainichi Crown, as stated previously, a race that was showcased in UMA MUSUME Season 1. Silent Suzuka will be put once more against a set of strong competitors. In this race, most notably, Grass Wonder and El Condor Pasa. This race was broadcasted to over 130,000 people Despite it
Like,
being a
bro, mind
G2
you,
race,
Grass Wonder
as
and
personified in
fucking
the
El
anime,
Condor Pasa,
Silent
they are
Suzuka
not
would once more
pushovers, man.
show
They are
clear
not
domination in this
pushovers.
race, beating both Grass Wonder and El Condor Pasa by
Also,
a decent
nice
margin.
nature is there as
In
well. So
post
for her to
interviews
be
held
doing
with Pasa's
this,
jockey, he would state that it was
yo,
as
they
if he
just
couldn't
could
even step
not
on
keep
Suzuka's
up,
shadow,
man.
showcasing the sheer strength that Suzuka had to maintain a lead over strong competitors.
Mm-hmm.
This victory would mark Suzuka's 6th consecutive win in 1998.
It's like the way they animate it is like, it's like the way or the harder the other Umas was chasing her in that race, the harder it was to catch up to her, if that makes sense. Or it was the faster Suzuka got, basically. But wow,
but would
man,
have much deeper meaning to
Suzuka's
Japanese
just
horse racing. At the time, there was an order in place to protect Japan's domestic horse racing industry. A rule had been established preventing foreign imported horses from participating in G1 races. This was to avoid the now common practice of purchasing overseas horses for a cheap price that displayed strong pedigrees and racing potential.
Okay.
Both El Condor Pasa and Grass Wonder were product of this practice.
I'm just so freaking happy I have a Grass Wonder figurine over here, man, because I don't know, bruh.
The fear was present that with an influx of foreign horses,
I am looking
the
forward
reputation
into
of
getting
Japanese
more
ranchers would
Uma
plummet,
video
as well
or
as the training methods needed to the Japanese
Uma
people.
kind of
Silent
figurines in the
Suzuka
future.
would shatter these notions with his dominating victory at the Mainichi Okan, proving once more that
Just
horses born
look
and
at
raised
the
in Japan
way she
could very well be
runs, man.
fierce
It's just
competitors in their
overall
own regard.
dominating.
This victory would serve as an opportunity to lift the ban on foreign horses participating in G1 races. Silent Suzuka's career was at an all-time high, but unfortunately, this would be where his luck would run out. With a staggering growth in popularity and thousands of adoring fans, Silent Suzuka will participate in the Autumn 10 No show. Suzuka had previously
nah. Is this? Oh nah, dude. Is this the race? Oh nah. I am literally just kind of getting flashbacks of what happened in season 1. And oh my days, bro.
participated in the Autumn 10 No show a year prior. However, he had an unremarkable placement, finishing 6th overall. This time, Yutaka Take and Suzuka went into the race with high spirits.
I thought
ready to
it
show
was
the
that
audience
race.
Yet another dominating victory. This would mark Suzuka's 7th consecutive win overall if he were to place first in this race. At the start of the race, as the anime and real footage showcased, Suzuka wasn't only in the lead, but was in the lead by an incredibly large margin.
Yup, and like the way she was going about it, she just kept on going faster and faster, and like she felt like she could go fucking faster than that, basically.
Race footage shows that Suzuka was so far in front of the pack that even a wide shot of all the competitors could barely capture Suzuka's staggering lead. This was met with cheers for Suzuka to set yet another dominant victory once more. However, as Suzuka continued to run, everything suddenly changed. Suzuka began to decelerate, slowly grinding to a halt as his competitors passed him.
Oh my god, dude. I have not seen this fucking video, like of the real life video of this race. I have not seen this shit. I thought there wasn't a video about it.
However, as Suzuka continued to run, everything suddenly changed. Suzuka began to decelerate, slowly grinding to a halt as his competitors passed him. In the anime, Suzuka also runs irregularly, as if she lost her balance and tempo. Mid-race,
Yup, and she just
Suzuka
kind of
had
like
fractured his
slowed
left front
down,
leg, rendering him unable to finish the race. An injury mid-race can be dangerous.
Hello. And we are back.
Irregularly, as if she lost her balance and tempo. Mid-race, Suzuka had fractured his left front leg, rendering him unable to finish the race. An injury mid-race can be dangerous for both the horse and their jockey.
Like, it's just the way she kind of like straggles along like that. It's just so fucking heartbreaking, man. It's just, oh my God,
An
man.
example of this would be Rice Shower's mid-fracture causing his
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh my God. Nah, 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 nah. Brother, dude. Oh my God. Like, for those that have watched my videos of the rice shower one, you all know, like, what I feel about it. And, like, oh my God, like, watching it again like this is
jockey,
so
Montoba, to
fucked,
sustain
man.
injury with the fall. Suzuka, despite being injured, didn't topple and fall, but instead, as Take describes, it was as if Suzuka had attempted to protect him, trying all he could to not cause Take injury with a high-speed tumble. Race records for Suzuka
Oh
show
my
that he did
God.
not finish his race, and instead was transported off the racetrack for further examination. Later analysis of this footage revealed that this injury could have been avoided. It seemed as though Suzuka had run faster than his body could handle, and the repeated stress on his leg finally gave way. In the anime, we see Silent Suzuka begin to recover from these injuries and eventually return to the track once again. But this is all to pay respect to Silent Suzuka's legacy. It's common belief that horses will rebel and buckle if they feel threatened, or accelerate irregularly if their jockeys can't control them. This, however, was not the case for Suzuka. Take and Suzuka had an extensive history together, and encountered little to no conflict when on the racecourse. Even recounts from Take reveal that Suzuka didn't show any signs of irregularity in behavior, he just accelerated on his own. This led many to believe that Suzuka simply wanted to see how fast he could go, which, once more, is clearly personified in UMA MUSUME. Unfortunately, at the age of 4 years old, Silent Suzuka, due to his injury in the Autumn Tenno show, would be euthanized, ending a career with an undefeated year of racing. Unsurprisingly, this event came as a major shock to fans of Japanese horse racing. A Fuji TV
Like, bro,
announcer's
the way
phrase,
it was fucking going, I thought it was gonna be, like, somewhat okay. And, like, the way they fucking depicted that shit in the fucking anime, like, literally, I thought there was a chance of her coming back, man. Was there, like, nothing that could have been done? Like, was euthanization, like,
due
the
to his
only
injury
way?
in the Autumn Tenno show, would be euthanized, ending a career with an undefeated year of racing.
God, man.
Unsurprisingly, this event came as a major shock to fans of Japanese horse racing. A Fuji TV announcer's phrase, "the Sunday of Silence," would become the symbol of this tragedy. The Autumn Tenno show would take place on November 1st, 1998, which fell on a Sunday. This phrase, "the Sunday of Silence," would pay respects to the day of Suzuka's passing, and also the legacy that he came from, being an offspring of Sunday silence. To many, Suzuka's abrupt death was one of the biggest what-ifs in horse racing history. Suzuka had finally found a style which suited him, a jockey who he trusted dearly, and had gained the adoration of thousands. All these achievements alongside the prospect of even more wins snuffed out in an instant. Uma Musume did a great job with showcasing Suzuka's legacy in the anime. As mentioned earlier, instead of simply writing Suzuka out of the series, she instead remains a motivator for Special Week and the rest of Team Spica. Uma Musume tends to shy away from creating scenarios that didn't occur in real-life records, but instead aim to honor the legacy that was left behind by racehorses who met an abrupt end. Silent Suzuka and Rice Shower are both examples of this. Although they still exist in the series, their stories have ended long ago. A touching legacy hidden in the anime is Special Week and Suzuka's friendship.
And it's like, dude, like, it's the way it ended for me that just, like, why? How did it come to that? And, like, yes, I get it. It's like, it's the fact that she wanted to test out the waters on if she could go even further and faster, like, than she could. But at the same time, to me, that's just so it's just so hard to fucking accept that, like, through that one injury, could they gotta, like, euthanize Sunday Silent, or no, not Sunday Silence, Silent Suzuka. Like, bro. And like thinking back on it with the rice shower incident, to me that was so fucking brutal. And in a way, I do understand the way of like euthanization and like the way it kind of like basically takes out the pain and like suffering from the horses. But it's just I kind of like don't want to accept it.
This is a nod to Take's following race in the Autumn 10 No show, where alongside Special Week, Take would bring home a first place finish a year after Suzuka's tragic incident. A
Wow,
touching
dude.
legacy displayed by a tight bond that these two UMA share while training in Tracen Academy. Suzuka's legacy is also highlighted in UMA Musume Pretty Derby, where the final race in her career before the Ura finale is the Autumn 10 No show, giving players a chance to allow her to finish a race that she never would. The impact of Suzuka's death hit people incredibly hard. A recount from Junko Hosoe, a race commentator who also appears in UMA Musume, states that people flooded the phone lines of the JRA Tokyo racecourse, all inquiring if Suzuka was okay. Amazingly, the JRA did not turn these callers away. The internet wasn't as widespread at this time, so instead, the JRA spent the entire day relaying Suzuka's situation to concerned fans, urging them to pray for Suzuka's swift recovery. Suzuka's passing also led to the creation of memorials and even a dedicated song to honor him. This song is entitled Tenma no Yoni, like a Pegasus. Today, fans of Suzuka can visit the Chugyo racecourse to honor and pay respects to his legacy, a racehorse who redefined Japanese horse racing and left behind a string of triumphant victories, personified in Uma Musume by a diligent Uma with a deep compassion for her friends and a drive to always give it her all. This was the story of Silent Suzuka, a career which ended abruptly, but would leave behind a legacy that would inspire future generations to come.
Wow, man. What a freaking video, man. I believe this is the second time that I have cried into like one of Firex's, or two basically, of Firex's videos. But just wow. It's just the devotions of the fucking, like the devotion of the fans for them to try and call the GRA at that time and to make sure that she was fine. It just fucking, it hit me, man. It just hit me. And like the fact that in Uma Musume she is able to go on living, to me that is so fucking wonderful. And the way they kind of like did it as well just kind of like flows into the story somewhat, into kind of like giving her a in its own way kind of like a happy ending in a way. And as for the game, for them to be able to do that, it's just so wonderful. And yeah, man, it's just the overall writing of Uma Musume itself is just so fucking goated. It's very very underrated throughout the anime community. In which case, I believe right now it is kind of surging up there in popularity. So hopefully, more fans come over and like check this series out. Cause honestly, it has changed basically my fucking life in its own way. It has changed my life and its outlook on like horses in general. But wow, man, what a story from Silent Suzuka. And like I did say, I had no freaking idea they had a real life footage of that happening. In which case, I never knew about it, and now that I've seen it, it's just fuck. Okay. Without all the doom and gloom, I do have to say that Fireworks has been cooking so many Uma Musume videos as well. As just go check out his channel, and don't just go check it out. Go like, go subscribe, and all the good stuff. And yeah, if you guys did check out, or if you guys did enjoy my reaction to Silent Suzuka lore, comment, like, and subscribe, and let me know down in the comment section what you guys thought about it. And I'll see you guys on the next one.